I beg, this is the match between Bayern and Manchester City. Manchester City are through to the semi-finals. This is the post-match analysis. I beg, subscribe, give me. Thank you. My guy.
Chairman.
Also.
I did, Charlie.
You talk say City go win Bayern then win.
I be simple match. I tell you, simple match.
How you see that?
As you see, then Bayern they won't play very aggressive football with their fast-paced attackers. So you see, Sané they play very good football. You see, Koeman they won't use Koeman they won't use Nathan Ake. Charlie Musiala they dribble Rodri. It wasn't a very good game from us, but I saw Tuchel playing very good football.
You feel like the game was just given to you?
How? We won one at Allianz Arena.
I mean, Bayern had some clear-cut chances that it could have finished off.
What Guardiola did was to try and defend very well, because we had a three-goal advantage, and if you are at this level of coaching, if you go to a stadium like Allianz Arena and you want to go and attack after having 3 goals, if you concede 3 goals again, you know how stupid you will be. So it's very calm of him to play a defensive tactics. I like what he did, because you see, if we are able to defend, it tells us that even when we play against the big teams like Madrid, the Barcelonas, there are times when we have to concede chances. But when we defend very well, we'll end up being victorious. There's no other time that we have to attack. We did that against Atletico Madrid last season, where we defended with 5-0. We defend very well, and then we got a draw over, and then we qualified. Last season against Madrid, we should have defended those final 10 minutes. We had some 10 minutes where we could have defended very well and prevented this Rodrigo Hula Baloo, Rodrigo noise, Rodrigo hallucinations on Man City. But we failed to defend, and that's what caused us. If we had defended, we'll be talking about a first Champions League for City. So that's the lessons he's learned. Defend very well. Go with your 4 centre backs. Make sure that you don't, even if you concede chances, you don't concede a lot of goals. And that's what we did, and we qualified. How many teams will come to Allianz Arena and get a draw? I think they haven't even considered a goal in their stadium for the last 5-7 matches. Barca went there and got 2-0. Big club. Even PSG got there and was beaten. Yes, but the point is, we went there. We are not Madrid. We won there, and then we eliminated Bayern Munich. It's like amazing game.
Haaland missed the penalty today.
Oh, it's normal. Haaland showed that he's just a normal person like everybody. I think what they were doing before the penalty kick worried him. You know, the antics before the kick, Goretzka was sending some signs to him and all that. It sent some confusion. It tells you that if you're a human being, there are times when you can have some brain leakage. There are times when you can have something going to your brain and you may not perform very well. But I think, apart from the penalty, he had a good game. He was the one leading, and that's what we missed last season. We missed a striker. We missed a fox in the box. We missed someone who could dribble. And today he was dribbling Upamecano. It tells you the kind of player we have in our Arsenal now. It tells you what Pep is developing him to be. When he joined City, he wasn't really a good tackler. He wasn't really a good dribbler. We saw him; he couldn't even pass the ball very well, but now he's adding more to his game. He drops in, he defends very well, and he adds to the attack. Had not been a penalty, I'm sure we'll be talking about 2-1 or 3-1 against Bayern Munich.
Nathan Ake, we saw him get injured.
Oh my God, this is like a very bad miss for us, because you see, missing Nathan Ake against Madrid, I think will be very dangerous. Laporte can't play this kind of games, especially in our 3-back setup. He can't. If you have a 3-back setup and we are playing against Real Madrid, without Nathan Ake, we'll struggle. Why will we struggle? Nathan Ake has some sort of strength, versatility. He's able to go on forward. He's able to pass the ball. He's able to make sure that one-on-one duels. So if we face Rodrigo, we will be able to make sure Rodrigo is silent on the day. I told you last week that apart from Lionel Messi, there's no defender, there's no attacker who has beaten Nathan Ake on a one. I think today Koeman did that. Koeman tried to beat him, and then maybe he had a tear in his muscle. I'm hoping it's not a very big injury. We'll come back.
Sure.
We'll come back. If we don't have him against Arsenal, I don't know what Pep will do, because you see how Pep has set up now against big teams is to make sure that they have the ball. And it's a known fact that Man City can play nobody plays possessive football than Man City. We are the owners of possessive football. So if we decide to let you have the ball, it's just because we want to win the game. And if we win against Arsenal, we have the league. If we win against Madrid can play all the games they want to play. We are not interested in playing football matches that are entertaining anymore, because we are the masters when it comes to side football. We want to win the games. We want to make sure we can just go the 3 points, and that's what we want to. That's the same formation we'll deploy against Real Madrid. Don't play good football. Make sure you can defend very well. Make sure Vini doesn't play a very good game. Make sure Rodrigo doesn't play. If you are able to cut these cutting lanes, Benzema doesn't have supplies much, and then that's it.
Beginning of the season, we saw Jack Grealish being criticized. I mean, about 4 or 5 games he has been starting and playing. How did you see his performance tonight?
He's the best English winger now. You see, people don't understand. There are different wingers and different roles.
Rashford.
No, you see, Rashford is not the kind of winger that Jack Grealish is. Jack Grealish can play like Rashford, or he can take on a player and score goals. But the instruction to him is dominate possession, control possession. We missed that sort of player in our game against Real Madrid the other time. Last season, when you have Jack Grealish, he tends to make sure that he will dominate possession. He will let you draw him into committing foul, make like a foul and all. And when he does that, when you commit a foul, the pressure is now on you. And he can play like Rashford. He can play like Saka. He can take on players. He's mind you, he's a £100 million striker, £100 million winger. But the instruction is team is to make sure we keep the ball. That's how come the English media was a team. The whole world was a team, but they wanted him to play in a certain way. But that was not what Pep wanted him to do. And now he has mastered that after playing 1 full season and almost a second season with Man City. He keeps the ball very well. Make sure City can calm our nerves and come back to possession. That's why we have him in our team.
Who was your man of the match?
I really think I'll go for Ruben Dias, because I really did. You see, today, because we were defending, there's a lot of work in the defense, and he was the one clearing the ball, making sure calming. Because we have not won the Champions League before, we are unable to like mastermind these wins. In a Madrid setup, they are always calm, because like even if they don't win the Champions, they don't mind. Like, there's no pressure on Madrid. If we knock them out, they don't care, because we won 14 Champions Leagues. We have not won one, so the nerves is on us to win one. And if we want, because we want to win one, we're always in the pressure to impress people. We're always in the pressure to make some good, and that's what we lack. And so Ruben Dias at the back, apart from his very good work, apart from his very good leadership, ball tackling skills and ball playing, he was the one calming down the nerves, making sure even after Erling Haaland missed the penalty, console him, let's play our normal games. Even if we had lost 1-0, we will still qualify. And he did an amazing job.
Would we be having a different conversation if Mane and Müller had started this game?
I think, you see, when it comes to wingers, Sadio Mane had lost one of his one-on-one abilities. When he came in, he wasn't even able to beat a player one-on-one. I think that's why.
But he caused the penalty.
But he wasn't able to beat him one-on-one.
He caused them. I'm talking about his impact in the game.
The impact on the game is a winger's job is to be able to beat a player one-on-one. If you're able to beat him one-on-one, that's when you can create an assist or score a goal. But when he came on, they were not using his channel to create a lot of chances. But because of the injury, he was not able to create. I think he hasn't been able to pick up the Sadio Mane form in the game. I saw him doing a lot of things in the game, a lot of things right in the game. But you and I know that the penalty was something that wasn't something like, for me, it was incidental. It wasn't anything that happened that we were like, it just happened. It just hit the hand, and then it didn't cause a major change in the game. You get it? But if he had started the game as whether it was going to, I don't think so, because Sadio Mane has lost his extraordinary form. It took take time for him to come into that game. But one thing I was scared about was that when he was at Liverpool, he was always worrying us. But I think if he started, it wasn't going to make a big change.
The semi-final is set. You are going to be facing Real Madrid. What are your expectations?
I'm sure this is the time for
look into the camera.
I'm sure this is the time for us to qualify. We will prove a point at Madrid. we may not play the excellent football that fans expect of us. We will let Carlo Ancelotti have a lot of the ball. Play what you want to play, attack the way you want to attack. Now that we have Nathan Ake, now that we have Kyle Walker, now that we have the last game we didn't have Kyle Walker. That was when Vinny used Fernandinho. Now we have a fit Kyle Walker who Pep has arrested for half of the season. Without anything in his arsenal, he has pace to be able to face the likes of Kylian Mbappe and then Vinny Jr. So my point is, in that game, what Madrid has over Arsenal is pedigree. But when it comes to players to play a match face to face, we have equally good players. So in the next game, in the match against Madrid, the first leg will be at Santiago Bernabeu. We'll go there and get a draw or get a win at Santiago Bernabeu. We'll defend as we defended today. You see, the difference between Bayern and Madrid is that Bayern has a lot of they play the game at a fast pace, very dangerous. If we're able to contain Bayern, I have very good hopes. Very, very good hopes. Do you mind we played at Bernabeu last season, and for about 85 minutes we had played. They hadn't even had one shot on target. The same Pep Guardiola, and now he has a better number 9, Erling Haaland. So play your football. We get one goal, we qualify to the final, and we've got to the final. Come on, first UCL for Guardiola.
Your final word.
Charlie guys, Bayern. I beg sorry, say we come out here. You people we want a guy. We say ask Pep day. Pep if my team be Bayern. So sometimes we have to just eliminate our friends and then move on. We want to see Madrid, and then we'll beat Madrid for Barcelona and show them that apart from Barcelona, the team that can beat Real Madrid. And the last time Madrid didn't win the Champions League, it was Man City who took them out. Better days ahead. Thanks.
Thank you, boss.